be interested to see if these teams approach it any differently, with one on the brink of elimination and the other just a win away from putting an end to this thing. You know, in the postseason, I think you have to treat every game the same, but there's something about an elimination game that could put a team just into a different mindset.
Yeah, the strategy could certainly change in this type of game. It's hard to manage the same way when in any given at-bat, it can impact everything you've been working for throughout the season. All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. All right, just about ready for baseball. And today's starter, Joe Ryan. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitchers to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today. It's always interesting to see how she utilizes all of her pitches and how many of those she has a good feel for on that given day. When she's right, she's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of her stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on her opponents.
And a foul ball.
Well, I'll always remember how Cruz left his mark on Major League Baseball in his debut. 3 innings into his first game, he had the hardest throw by any infielder in baseball, the hardest hit ball all season by a Pirate, and the fastest sprint speed by a Pirate. This guy does it all.
0-2 now. Liner, and this could be trouble. And that's going to get into the corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That could be a really tough pitch to handle, a front door breaking ball. But he did a great job staying in there, keeping that front shoulder closed. He didn't spin off the ball and hook it foul, which happens so many times.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Dylan Cruz, the next twin up to him. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. Just missed.
Well, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out and
out towards right center. That's well struck, and that gets down into the gap, and they'll score first. It's 1-0.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Here's Royce Lewis. That's too low. And that's ball 1. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of her in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but she just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on her even more. Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there, just rolled over it, got the ground ball.
And that drops in for a strike.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when she's out there in the hill.
Gets a piece and stays alive.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fires to first in time.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time, a little anxious.
And next is the designated hitter, John Callahan. Swings here and drives one well left field. Way back, and you can't forget it. He'll touch them all. It's 3-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off.
So 2 down, ALDS. The next twin up to hit. And first offering is fouled off. 2 gone, bases empty, but 3 runs across here in Game 4 of this ALDS. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. And there's a ball.
See if she can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2.
She locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We finished 1 inning here in Minneapolis. Game 4 of the division series. Now it's the power speed combo, Addie Wexler. She's a hitter who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this player hits for contact, so she delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too. Ryan back to work. Swing and a line drive and a base hit up the middle. So a runner at first. Here's Josh Young. Wexler gets her lead at first with nobody out. Runner on the go. In the dirt. Safe at second, and that was not close. Popped up. ALDS on his way over. Makes the catch, and there's 1 gone. One out, runner at second. And next to hit for Houston, Jordan Lawler. 1 out and a runner at second. And down on strikes. And there's 2 away.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
So runner at second, 2 down. Next to hit, Thomas Sajazi. Ripped on the ground to second. The throw to first. And that is that. Back in Minnesota, bottom half of inning number 2. And here's the first baseman, Charles McNally. That one finds the zone. Strike 1. The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez at Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
So up next for Minnesota, Brooks Lee. Ball 1 there. And that is out of play. Kawhi to kick the pitch. And there's a foul ball. 1 out, base is empty. And now it's even up. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. 2 away. 2 down, base is empty. And next for Minnesota, Blake Mitchell. Just missed. Mitchell in his 4th year, 26 years old, a former first-round pick in 2023. Next pitch is downstairs.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up. And that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
In for a strike, and a count 2-1. Just missed.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in, just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you drive back to the dugout.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Swings and misses, and a nice inning of work there as she sets him down 1-2-3. So they go quietly there. We played 2 full. It's the Twins 3 and the Astros nothing. And we're back. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Here's O'Neal Cruz.
This batter gets described as a homebody because he loves playing at home, and historically his numbers back it up.
Lined into right. Hurley makes the grab. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the right fielder, Dylan Cruz. There's a strike. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. 1 down, base is empty. Bouncer to Young. Tosses to first. 2 up, 2 down.
It's important. If she can go 1-2-3 here, it would be a very positive sign for her and for her team.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the 3rd baseman, Royce Lewis. That one's in there. 0-1. That's down and in. A slider missed. Next offering upstairs. Out to short. On to first. And the Twins go 1-2-3. Nothing doing here for the Twins, but they lead it 3-0. Two outs, base is empty. Fought off foul. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game 4 of this ALDS. Next pitch is outside. The 1-1 is fouled off. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. The Astros trailing by 3, top half of inning number 4. And that one is inside.
Well, this is a hitter that can be frustrating for pitchers because she fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
2-2 on the way. Swing and a high fly ball to left. And that'll do it. Bottom of the inning. Now the left fielder, Riley Green. First pitch swinging.
Well, these Twins doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. And here's a stat for you, Boog. They're making contact with more than 85% of the pitches that they're swinging at. It's pretty special stuff. Not so good if you're out there on the mound.
Base hit. And they have their first base runner since the first inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
That one fouled off. Green gets his lead at first with nobody out. Next one misses, and the count is 1-1. Goes down looking. Aldi's up to the plate. His first at bat was a strikeout. That one's in there, 0-1. Man at first, one away. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3, double play. And the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 4. It's the Twins 3 and the Astros nothing. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Wexler back to work. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Twins, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. Caught him looking for the K. Brooks lead. The next Twin up to hit. Fly to left his first time. That misses, and it's 1-0.
On the mound, she had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Foul ball there. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball. One down, base is empty. Off the mark there, and it's a full count.
Count's full.
And that's ball 4. That's a great at bat. He saw a lot of pitches and earned a walk.
Well, that's a nice job of grinding out that at bat. Saw a lot of pitches and ends up drawing the wall. Very gritty.
Grounder might be 2. There's 1, and it's a double play to end the inning. Offense held in check there. We're through 5. It's the Twins 3 and the Astros nothing. Game 4 of the division series. Here's the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz.
Well, here's a deal not everyone remembers. Cruz was actually signed by the Dodgers in 2015, but Los Angeles dealt him to Pittsburgh in 2017 for Tony Watson. That's a rare trade the Dodgers just might regret.
Right through there for a strike.
Well, impressed that she went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the bat expands.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Has room, and he makes the catch.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Now the number 2 hitter, Dylan Cruz. 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the first. Pitch misses there. Ball 1.
1 ball, no strikes.
And a strike on the outside edge. That's inside.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Line drive, caught.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
And a foul ball. Foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Here in game 4 of this ALDS. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Swings and misses, struck him out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Game 4 heads to the 7th inning now. It's the Twins 3 and the Astros nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of inning number 7. So now the Astros designated hitter, Addy Wexler. For Joe Ryan, the journey's so interesting when you think of a guy who started his college career at Cal State Northridge and then ultimately transferred to a Division II school, Cal State Stanislaus. It was out of Cal State Stanislaus that he was a 7th-round pick by the Rays, and then eventually got a chance to make his way through the Rays system and then was dealt for Nelson Cruz to the Minnesota Twins. ALDS over to first in time. 1 up, 1 down. Astros go to the pen, and here comes Jeremiah Estrada.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
And that one fouled off. The tying run at the plate. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2.
Well, now that this is a bullpen game, it's clear that whichever bullpen steps up the most is likely going to come away with the W.
Swing and a ground ball. ALDS. And he'll just eat it. That's an infield single.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Really protecting with 2 strikes right there. Pitch wasn't even close, but man, she got the barrel to it somehow. Nice job of bad ball hitting. Now a huge at-bat in this game coming up.
Runner on the move, squirts away a little bit. Blocked by the catcher, and she steals second base without a throw. So the tying run at second. Line drive. Makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. 1 run in the inning, but they lead 2. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Twins 3 and the Astros 1.
This team played extremely well to force this series into a Game 5. It's just like the Game 7. You win or go home. That Game 5 should be a lot of fun to watch.
So singing as the numbers show, a great performance on the mound in this one.
Absolutely, and that really set the tone from the beginning. A fantastic effort.
5-1 is how it ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Schaffner. Thanks for joining us.